Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is King and I Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Touch of the Poet, and my brother in here.
Son Soul Lex.
Look, hey, we keep saying it. Hey, we keep saying it. Follow us on whatever podcast platform that you
prefer.
Subscribe to. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, text, email, whatever the case may be, son. So let's go ahead and roll with it. The rest of it,
man, make sure you hit us up on that Patreon.
Yeah.
Again, you guys can reach us at kingandI369 at gmail.com. Again, that's KINGANDEYE 369 gmail.com. Holler at us. We would love to have you on. We can discuss, other topics that you may have in mind, or if there's a message of positivity you are trying to bring to the world and to your community. Hey man, holler at us. Let's chop it up. Let's get it out there.
Yes, indeed. Bring it all to us. So before we took that little break in the program, you asked the question: is doing the right thing logical or emotional? I would have to say it's both. You if you're a reasonable person, you're going to think about it logically. Not all people have to put a lot of thought to it, because certain things are just not even a question, as far as doing the right thing, or even doing it right. So not everybody, doesn't have to think about it. So with that being said, that logical thing may be just second nature. Some people have to process the situation and look at, the pros and cons and all that other stuff to a situation. But then it is an emotional thing, because, let's just say that this issue that you're facing is, something that has to sit on your heart. Like, you might be in a situation to where it's like, if I do this, it may have some type of effect that either is going to be harmful to me and those close to me, or it's going to be harmful to somebody else. And I honestly believe that if you're a reasonably thinking person, depending on what that situation is, it's going to weigh on you emotionally. There's a balance to it, but depending on who you are as a person, your emotions may play less in it, but your logic may play more in it. And if you're more logical, I kind of think that you'll be quicker to make a do the right thing decision to it.
Right.
If you're just caught in the middle somewhere, your emotions might play a tug of war with you, for real.
True. For me, I'm going to say logical. Only reason I'm saying logical is because oftentimes in certain situations where we're determining to do the right thing, we think about it first. We mentally go back and forth like a tennis game, like with the positives and the negatives. But not saying that emotions don't play a role, because of course they do. But
right.
I think for the majority of it, being logical takes precedence over emotional.
Right.
And again, not saying that that's the case every time, but when you emotionally become involved with the situation, I think that it takes on a whole new energy. Meaning, like if it's a life or death situation, your emotions will come into play, and you might be more liable to not think of yourself so much as thinking of other people.
Right.
But let me ask you this though. Um, you being a soldier and a trained professional,
Mm-hmm.
if you were in a situation where you're in a room with strangers, and let's say someone who was armed came into the situation and for whatever reason was maybe trying to take hostages, or their objective was to get something from that area or that space that you guys were in.
Mm-hmm.
Would you, if you had the opportunity, would you play the Superman role, which is save everybody or try to save everybody? Or would you let
Mm-hmm.
it unfold and let things take their course, as they say?
Um, I'm not Superman, so I'm not going to play the Superman role. Um, being that I took an oath to defend against any enemy, foreign and domestic, I take that to heart. Um, Also, being that I did, I was a security police officer from 2006 2019. I'm confident, along with being, in the military for almost 26 years. I'm confident in my abilities to assess a situation and act if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm not going to throw myself out there for the sake of throwing myself out there.
Right.
Um, if I'm in a place where you know nobody knows me from anybody else, I'm not going to announce myself as hey, uh, I got, I know how to do this, I know how to do that. But on the flip side, if I'm in a room and let's just say it's me and two, three other people, maybe four, who have uh similar backgrounds or whatever case may be,
Mm-hmm.
we may look at each other and be like, we know how to give visual cues, this, that, and the other. Um, but again, I'm not gonna play Superman. Um, if I see that there is a reasonable advantage for me to act and neutralize that situation without anyone getting hurt or even putting myself in danger, more than likely I'll act. But outside of that, hey, if I don't have to put myself at risk, I'm not putting me at risk first and foremost. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not putting me at risk. In situations like that, I don't care what everybody else got going on. I'm not putting me at risk. So that's where I'm at with that.
I understand. I feel like if I was in a situation like that, I'm not playing Superman. I'm not.
Mm-mm.
The only way I'm playing goddamn Superman is if I clearly know I have the advantage at a
Yeah.
particular time. And only then it would have to be my family members are involved in the situation.
Oh yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
if it's just me with strangers, nope, I'm leaving it to the professionals. That's what y'all get
All
paid
day.
for.
All day.
I'm gonna let y'all strategize and do that all tactical
Y'all handle that.
thing that y'all do. That's why y'all make the big bucks. I'm leaving it in y'all hands. There's no need for me to play Superman because at the
Mm-mm.
end of the day, what am I gonna get out of it? My name in the paper,
Right.
and that's only if I survive.
Yeah.
Hell, my name probably
Yeah.
gonna be in the paper if I don't damn survive. So either way, I say just leave it in the hands of the professionals. Not trying to
Yeah.
be, no scary cat and nothing like that, as they say, but
Nah, it's just using common sense.
heck yeah.
At the end of the day,
Goddamn right.
that's what it is. Yeah, don't put your life in danger for a situation that is not going to work out right for you.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Mm-mm. Yeah, but I agree. If my family was in the room, um, my family better know. Hey, in this situation, you better sit your ass still.
Mm-hmm.
We not playing no games with this situation. I'm gonna give you that stern look, cause yeah, that's what that is right there, man.
Yep.
Oh man. So how much does doing the right thing play a role when it comes to money? Like, can you sell your soul in order to provide the life that you want?
For me, and I know y'all gonna be surprised by my answer, but hell no, I ain't selling my soul. Nope,
Hey,
not me. I'm keeping my shit.
I feel you.
And my thing is this, right? Again, I guess because I was brought up and trained, so to speak, that money isn't everything. It's only gonna buy you temporary happiness. So,
Mm-hmm.
with me having that full understanding of it, I just believe that money come and goes. You damn
All
sure
right.
can't take it with you. So, I'd rather have my soul. I'd rather stick to
Mm-hmm.
my morals and my moral compass. And when they lay me down for that last time, when I take my last breath, there's nothing for me to say, well, damn, I really wish I
Mm-hmm.
would have not taken the money.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that.
There's just some
I'm
things.
not. Yeah,
Some things to me just aren't worth the money. So,
yeah. I ain't selling my soul for nothing or nobody. Because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Especially I'm not compromising my morals for money, for fame, lifestyle, or being in the crowd.
hell no.
Um, because money comes and goes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Fame comes and goes, especially
Heck
in
yeah.
times that we
What?
are now.
15 minutes.
You hot for 15 minutes, and the next 45 minutes you ain't shit. Um, yeah. Again, money comes and goes. Lifestyle, you know what? If that wasn't my lifestyle in the beginning, and I didn't grow into that lifestyle, by my own means and my own, integrity or something like that, definitely not doing that. Um, and I'm definitely not following the crowd, because crowds change.
Oh yeah.
Um, you know, crowds change. Like, you have to look at it like this. Let's just say you're the center of a crowd. You have to keep in mind that everybody around you is the center of a crowd.
All right.
Um, so you may have the crowd following you one day, but then the crowd might follow somebody next to you, or somebody that's 12 feet away from you, and the crowds just shift. And then as crowds shift, you have to realize that, you know, as the crowd shifts, different people might be in your crowd. And it's like you have to adjust to all these people that's in the crowd. So it's like, at what point do you stop and be like, you know what? I'm losing myself following the crowd. But yeah, that's what that is. Yeah. Um Definitely ain't following no crowd at all.
Sorry about that. I mean, the thing about it is, that I learned is when you follow the damn crowd, you're going in the wrong damn direction.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not gonna let anybody goddamn lead me in a direction that my mind is telling me that's not the right direction to go. Because there are some things that once you sell them, you can't get it back.
Yeah, you can't.
So, but
Not at all.
does age and wisdom become a factor when it comes to doing the right thing?
For some people, it does. Um, for those who don't have it when they're young, they'll probably get it as they get older. For them, it might take a lot of falls. It might take a lot of slips. It might take a lot of stumbles for them to be like, you know what? Let me get it together. Um, but at the same time, for um, for those of us who do have a clue, age and wisdom only makes it better as you go along in life, um, because you're gonna pick up tools all along the way,
True.
regardless of where you are in life. Um, so, but at the end of the day, if you don't have it when you're young, you'll fall enough time. Let me back up. You should fall, stumble, and have setbacks enough times for you to get to the point where it's like, you know what? I need to start doing the right thing before it's too late in my life to do the right thing.
I was saying. I think it does too because, not to bring religion into it, but some people they've led a life that they feel might not have been the best life to lead, meaning
Mm-hmm.
breaking the law and uh, doing injustices to other people,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll reach a certain age in their life and they may look back at their life and be like, man, what the hell am I doing?
Mm.
And then at that time, that's when some people they'll find some type of a spiritual God or some type of spiritual calling, uh, where they will you know take their life in another direction. So
Right.
I think that age does, as they say, with age comes wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So doing the right thing comes along with that, I think.
Yeah. 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 For some people, that can be the case. It definitely can be the case.
Yep.
Um. Yeah. So, will love for another person make you do the right thing or wrong thing? Lord have mercy. That's one hell of a question.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh, that's a hard one though.
Mm.
Ah, I'm gonna say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Simply because I feel like certain people can come into your life and make you not want to do the things that you used to do,
Right.
whether it be um, chase women, do
Mm-hmm.
drugs, have meaningless sex, uh, hang out, whatever the case may be. Uh,
Right.
when you have the influence of someone that you love and that person loves you back, I think that uh, puts you in a mind frame of you starting to think about someone else other than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that may make you, of course, do the right thing at that particular point in time in your
Right.
life.
Yeah. Um. I'm gonna say this: love for another person can determine if you do the right or wrong thing, but I think it's kind of sad if love for another person is a factor in you doing the right or wrong thing. And I only say that because off the break, you should have enough integrity in yourself to do the right thing. Um, but a caveat to that is you might be doing the wrong thing, and if you love and respect that person enough, you will do the right thing because you love and respect that person. You hold that person near and dear to you. So, I mean, it depends on where you are in that spectrum. Like, if you just a fuck up, and you're just a fuck up, but that right person might come into your life and passively motivate you to do the right thing. Um, but then if you're the type of person that just don't give a damn, and you doing the right thing for that person because if you keep doing the wrong thing, like you keep doing the wrong thing, I think it's sad because again, you should be doing the right thing, period. I guess it's all about where you see yourself. Where's your head at in things? If you got a good head on your shoulders, you're probably prone to do the right thing. Again, if you're out there doing the wrong thing, this person might motivate you to change your life around. All good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where I'm at with that.
I mean, my thing is, I'll say this. For example, when I found out that I was going to be a father, that
Mm-hmm.
definitely made me change up my mindset to a certain extent. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who knows me know I love to ride bikes. I
Right.
mean, I get it. I will ride. If that mug say 220 on the dash, I want to see 220 and then some if I can get it.
Hey, I
But
hear you.
once I found out that, I was going to have this newfound responsibility in my life,
Mm-hmm.
I sold my sport bike.
Mm.
I mean, it means that much to me to
Mm.
wanting to be around, as they say.
Okay.
I know that I'm the type of person I love to do things that, get my adrenaline pumping. So,
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, that whole uh, persona of being a gangster rider, as they say,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I dip on a damn. I have dipped on law enforcement officers in the past. My
Oh
my rule of
man.
thumb was if I'm doing a buck and
Mm-hmm.
you throwing your lights, then you got to earn that, son. You gonna have to
Hey,
earn that. You gonna have to come get that.
come get that.
But again, when I found out that I had this new responsibility, shit, it wasn't even a second choice for me. A second thought, I just sold it, and that's where I'm at.
Right.
I may get one later on. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm not, but just at that particular point in time, the love of knowing that I'm gonna be a father put me in the
Right.
mind frame of that wildness that you got in you. You got to curb that shit
Mm.
to a
Yeah.
certain extent. So that's just what it
I
is.
feel you.
But
I definitely feel you on that. It's definitely a yeah, it's definitely one of them things that you got to think about.
well, so does society determine what is truly right and wrong, or does majority rule?
Majority rule as far as like what?
Like, let's say, like we know that there are certain people. For example, there are some politicians um, who are in certain positions where society put them in a position to do the right thing, but
Mm-hmm.
because they're a part of a certain party, uh,
Mm.
the majority of that party may be telling them to do something else. So it comes back down to, do you do the right thing for society, or do you do the right
Mm-hmm.
thing for your party?
Um, I look at them as one and the same. Um, I mean, because if you break it down to just your little small group of people that you hang with,
Mm-hmm.
that's your little society, and oftentimes you facing a you're gonna do your own thing. You're gonna do what the majority do. So um, I think I think it's easier for me to put it this way: for the person who can't think for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
uh, society and the majority rule. Um, but if you could think for yourself, neither one of those matter. Um, you may, as far as right and wrong, as far as doing the right thing or whatever the case may be.
All right.
Um, Society may operate in a manner in which, you know, society as a whole agrees that's the right thing. And then you have to also look at that as, well, hell, the majority of the society views that as doing the right thing. Um, I think if you separate the two, you're having two separate populations. Um, and then you can't say the majority rules because, okay, well, this small group of people broke away from society. And then you have to say, well, the majority of these 10 people compared to the majority of this entire society, now it's kind of canceling each other out. Um, so, hey, whatever the laws of the land are, that's what society sees it as. Because, look at it like this: when, let's just say you got a gang,
Mm-hmm.
all right, society looks at whatever y'all doing is wrong,
Right.
but you and your little gang, y'all could look at that as, oh, this is what we stand for, this is the right thing. But wait, you're breaking laws, you're killing people, you're selling drugs, you're robbing, you're doing this, you're doing that, everything that's wrong. But y'all see that as right. But society as a whole, when you look at the laws of the land, everything you're doing is wrong. So I don't care what the majority of your little group thinks. As far as society goes, you're doing wrong.
Well said. I'm gonna say, I think society, because again, when it comes down to the laws of the land, uh, even though I don't think the majority make the laws,
Mm-hmm.
there are other people who are in charge of the laws. I still think society as a whole wants to do the right thing,
Mm.
but we know that's not always the case.
Yeah. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you got to make a decision of what you personally um, feel is right or wrong. Um, and you just got to make better decisions for yourself. Overall, don't follow the crowd, but if this is what the norm is in society, I would lean more towards that.
Yeah, I get it. Society has a very powerful influence over the way people think and react. Um, but on the flip side of that, I think we as individuals, we have to think for ourselves. I think it hurts some people to think for themselves. They actually get upset. They don't want to think for themselves. They'll actually get mad at you for trying to help them to think for themselves. But
Yeah, but the thing about it is, when you're thinking for yourself, no, don't be a follower. But at the same time, if, like, let's just say in your house,
mm-hmm,
um, you have rules for your house, and your expectation is that anyone who comes in your house follows your rules, especially those who live there.
Right.
Now you got somebody coming in your house, and their whole mentality is, I'm not gonna follow the rules. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm not a follower, and I shouldn't be held to that standard. Blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, you in my house. You are in my house. So it's either you follow my rules or you get the fuck out. There's really no, because to me there's really no argument as to, even in society, if these are the rules, operate inside the rules, do the right thing in the rules, do your thing in the rules. Because again, when you break it down, if you coming into my house, you're going to follow the rules of my house, or you're going to get the fuck out. There is no, oh well, I'm not going to be a follower. No, you're not being a follower. You are respecting the place that you're coming into. It's not your shit. Period. So if it's not your shit, do the right thing. Do it right. There's no two ways about it. And if you cannot handle doing the right thing, if you can't handle doing it right, if you can't handle the rules of the land, then you need to go somewhere else. Period. Because it makes no goddamn sense for, you do your own thing in somebody else's house, or you do your own thing even in your city. Fuck the rules. I'm gonna do my own thing. Let's just say there's a noise ordinance. You can't be having loud noise, this, that, and other after 11 o'clock, and you go do it anyway. You have to realize, okay, I understand that you want to do your thing, but you doing your thing is disrupting everybody else. So if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't like it if somebody was disrupting you. Let's just say okay, yeah, one weekend you want to party it up. All right, cool, not a problem. But then when your neighbor wants to do it 2-3 days later, you can't sit there and be like, oh, God damn, it's 11 o'clock at night. Why the fuck they making all that noise? Was you worried about that 2-3 nights ago? Nah. You was all, I'm going to do my thing. Fuck them, I ain't going to be. Nah, you can't do that. You just can't do that.
Well said, my man. Well said. Great example. Yeah. Do we need laws to guide the people who can't determine what is good or bad?
We do have those laws, but we don't need laws to the effect of to the effect where it's like now we're babysitting everybody.
Right.
Nah. You need to be in control of your own moral compass. The people who raise you are responsible for raising you with integrity, honesty, this, that, and the other. And when you start getting to the age of you making your own decisions and all that stuff, you are responsible for making those decisions. Nobody else. It damn sure shouldn't be no goddamn laws because people's already complaining about the laws as they are. And I find it that a lot of the people who complain about the laws so much are doing dumb shit. Like, you just have no whatever. Like, I don't agree with a lot of the damn laws, but they don't fucking affect me because I'm not out doing dumb shit. For the most part, I do the right thing.
Right.
So, as much as I hate speed limits, I'm not out there being reckless with it. Every now and then I look to the left, look to the right, look in the rear view. And if I got a clear path, my Sonata's hitting 110. I don't do it all the time.
In Mexico,
as Ma DeFame would say. But yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, you cannot make a law that guides people to do the right thing or not. Uh, After the fact, I got a law for your ass. You rob the damn bank, you go to jail. You murder somebody, you go to jail. You steal something, you go to jail. You harm somebody, you go to jail. There it is.
I I'm gonna say the laws they do play a significant role in people doing the right thing. Um, I think that there are people who, if there weren't laws, this society would be like the Wild Wild West, homie. I really do believe that. Um, so some laws I think are very necessary. Now, do I think all the laws are necessary? Hell no. I think some of them are just done to say that we got something on the books. They don't. They're not even necessary for everyone. But I get why they put them in place because evidently someone would be lost without it. So again, I get it.
I gotta mildly disagree because we don't need laws to guide people who can't determine what is good or bad or right or wrong. Um, Laws are there as a consequence of people doing wrong. And the part that I agree with you, somebody did it, so there's a law for it. We may not agree with it because that's not what we do. So, do we need that law to guide us to guide us right or wrong, good or bad? No, we don't. Because we can sit there and look like, what did this motherfucker do? That dumb motherfucker. What the fuck you do that for? That was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I see why you got locked up. Now, does that law apply to you and I? No, because we had a common sense not to do that dumb shit. So, again, that goes back to, as T.K. Kirkland would say, who raised you? That's where that goes back to. And then, after these people raised you, who the fuck did your dumbass let influence you? Or why did you think that was a good idea? 9 times out of 10, a lot of these people, again, it's the spectrum. It's either the privileged people or those without. And you got those in the middle. But everybody, as a human being, has the ability to make conscious decisions. Period. We know generally what's right and wrong. We don't need laws to guide us. You should not have to have a law to guide those who can't determine. Because at the end of the day, as a consequence of you doing wrong, you deal with the laws that are already on the books. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to create no new laws for your dumb shit. They may modify them to fit the current times, but they're not going to create new laws. And that's where I'm at with that one.
I mean, my thing is this, right? Like, for example, with politicians, the law is you can't take money from certain individuals, but yet still they fucking do it. But nothing's said, nothing's done. They get away with that shit. So it's kind of like, even though the law is there, they feel like it don't apply to them. So,
but they don't need laws to guide them. Somebody needs to hold them accountable. Period. The laws are there. They know what's right or wrong. They know when they're doing wrong. So we don't need laws to help those who can't determine what's right or wrong. They need to be held accountable. And the problem with that is the problem with laws, period, from the top to the bottom, somebody knows somebody who knows somebody who can skirt around the law, some kind of way. That goes for your average fucking dude on a corner selling drugs. You get the right motherfucking lawyer who has a good relationship with the judge and the prosecutor, and your ass get a slap on the wrist, and that's it. People just need to be held accountable for doing wrong. Period.
I would agree with that. So, is there a right way or wrong way to love someone? Your spouse, friends, family, partner.
Of course, it's a right and a wrong way. Um, uh, Interesting enough, I was listening to the Breakfast Club this morning. They had Ayanla Van Zant on there, and the question was asked of her
Mm-hmm.
um, about cheating, and she said, "I don't believe in cheating." And when that first came out of her mouth, I was like, "What the hell? You don't believe in cheating?" But she broke it down this way.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised by that about
She
her.
said, "She said people don't cheat. You either violate your agreement or you don't have any integrity. You don't cheat. You violate the agreement that you two had, or you have no integrity." Like, really, what is cheating? Like, you have a conversation with someone, you agree on something, and you violated the agreement. So if I'm sitting here saying, "Oh, I love you," and we agree to this and we agree to that as spouse or significant other, and I go do some outside of what we agreed on,
Mm-hmm.
that's the wrong way for me to love you, because that's not what the conversation is. And I have no integrity because I didn't honor that agreement. So for you to get mad at me, it's upset at me or whatever the case may be, it's well in your right. As far as friends, same thing. If I say, "Hey, that's my man, that's my brother, hold him down, blah blah blah," and I go around you and do some shady shit, and it's like, really, like, come on, I thought we was better than that. Family, the same thing. Yeah. So yeah.
I definitely agree with you. With Ayana, hope I'm saying her name right.
Ayanla.
Ayanla. I totally get what you're saying. Once you break it down like that, yeah, that do make sense. Um, as far as right way to wrong way to love somebody,
Sound like a Key Sweat
yeah,
song.
man, that just went through my mind. Just went through my mind. I definitely feel there's a right way and a wrong way. Um, right way is when you take care of someone. You treat them in a manner where they want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
Flip side of that is wrong way is, again, you went back on the agreement that you both had the understanding of.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that question alone, though, that deserves its own topic. Is there a right way and
Oh
a
yeah.
wrong way to love someone?
Yeah, that's gonna be a topic.
But as far as family and friends, I think loyalty plays a bigger role uh, when it comes down to friends. Because again, some of your friends you're tighter with than some of your own damn family members. Your friends, they're for the most part, they're constantly in your circle. Your family members, you might see them every now and then. Just cause y'all blood, that don't mean y'all kin, as they say. Uh, Again, I find that friends are more loyal to you to a certain extent than your own damn family members. Don't know why that is, but it's crazy. When it comes down to your partners, I'll say with business partners, Um, I've had business partners who have screwed me over in the end. Two, in fact. And that's the last time I had business partners per se like that. So I'm just, when it comes down to business, I'm going to be as straight up with you, as fair with you as I possibly can. I remember seeing an interview with Joe one time where he said he and his business partner / manager, they don't even have a contract. They basically discussed what it was that they both wanted from each other, and they agreed upon it with a handshake. And that handshake has lasted many of years. So that's showing you what kind of integrity both people have. So when it comes down to partners, I'll be straight up, but definitely wouldn't do business with certain individuals again, ever.
I look at it like this. Spouse, friends, family, partners, of course, it's different.
All right.
But loyalty, you have loyalty in all those situations. Of course, the loyalty is not going to be the same.
True.
But at the end of the day, loyalty plays a factor in all of them. You're not going to have the same loyalty between your spouse and your friends and your family, your partner and your spouse. So at the end of the day, it's loyalty across the board. But in all of those situations, you have to make a conscious decision to either do the right thing, do it right, or just do you. But you have to understand, on the flip side of that, don't be surprised if your wrongdoing to that person or those people or your actions, don't be surprised if it don't come back and bite you in the ass. Period.
True that. Only thing I can add to that is, again, doing the right thing. It comes down to you as an individual and how do you want to display your life? How do you want to live your life? How do you want to be known when it's your time to expire, as they say? Do you
True
want?
that.
I've had two uncles who, one lived his life with morals and standards and integrity, and when he passed, we were in a huge church, and the church became a place where it was a standing room, damn near only. Even though there were queues, there were just that many people there. I had another uncle who passed where he didn't have those same morals or aspects for life, or he just wasn't the best person.
Right.
Unfortunately. But anyway, when he passed, the only people there was his family.
Right.
We had no friends, just his family. So that kind of give you a gauge of how one person led their life to the fullest and did the right thing, and how another person may have led his life to the fullest but didn't do the right thing.
Right.
And as a result of that, you know, one had a packed out church, the other one had just family there. So again, you as an individual, you have to determine how do you want to be known when it's your time to cross from one plane to the next.
True that.
I will say this, whatever God you believe in, I know that we have listeners all across this world who are listening to us. So whatever God you believe in, keep that first in your life. Make sure you keep at least that source to the universe as your connection, and hopefully that guides you in the right direction. And I'll leave it at that.
True that. All right, y'all, King in Our Life podcast. Look, do the right thing, do it right. Integrity, honesty, truth. Treat others how you want to be treated. Soul Touch the Poet here with my man.
Son Soul X.
Yo, hit us up on whatever podcast platform that you subscribe to. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, inbox us, Patreon. Son Soul X, go ahead and take us out of here.
Man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe. Do that for us. Hit us up at KINGANDEYE369 at gmail.com.
There you go. And we will catch y'all on the next one.
Peace.
We out.